Hi all, good morning friends. Today in this video, I'm going to cover how to define company code in SAP S/4HANA. Okay, so and also we'll try to understand what is meant by company code. So my dear friends, I request each one of you who are watching this video kindly watch it completely. Don't skip in between because this is an interview question also. During interview, interviewer may ask what is meant by company code and how we are going to define it and what is important of company code. Okay, why we have to define the company code. Everything I'm going to teach you detailedly so that don't skip this video. Try to watch it completely. And also we are going to discuss how to create a transport request, and how many transport requests are available or generated in the SAP system. Okay, let's get into today session. Okay, so as I mentioned in my previous class, right, there are two options. Okay, first we'll try to understand what is meant by company code, how we are going to define the company code, or what is meant by company code. First, we'll try to understand what is meant by company code. Okay, company code is an central organizational unit within SAP. We must have to define at least one company code to implement the SAP FI component in SAP system. This means, for example, I have one business. I am coming to SAP from non-SAP. That means currently I'm using non-SAP means like currently I'm using Oracle or Excel or whatever software, and I wanted to implement my business to FI. That means SAP. Okay, that means SAP. So if I want to implement SAP for the business, okay, as implement SAP FICO for the business according to their requirement. First, we need to define at least one company code in order to implement the SAP FI component. FI is nothing but finance module and CO is nothing but controlling module. Okay. So to implement the SAP FI component, company code is a prerequisite because under company code level only, business users are going to create the master data and also post the transactions, that is nothing but transactional data, and also generate the reports. So I repeat, business users are going to create master data, posting the transactional data, and also generating the reports. So these three activities will be performed or entered or evaluated under company code level only. So simple, I can say company code is a prerequisite to implement the SAP FI component in SAP system. So it is a mandatory that we have to define company code first step. Okay. And later, once we created a company code, we'll try to understand how the transport request will be created and how many types of transport requests are available in SAP. So now we'll try to understand to define the company code, what are the options we have in the SAP system. So first, number one, directly enter the transaction code in the command field so that system will take us to particular define company code screen so that we can create the company code. This is one option. Or that by following this path, we can able to create the company code. This is the another option which we have in the system. Now we'll see one by one. We'll try to cover both the options in SAP. Okay. Now I am in easy access. Okay. So now we'll try to go by path. So select accounting, financial accounting. No, sorry, my bad. Okay, see, in tools, I have customization. Under customization, IMG. And here you can see the execute project. Execute project, T code transaction code is nothing but SPRO. Here in last class, I discussed, right, how to display the transaction codes. So here it is displaying the transaction codes. And when you double click on this one, system will come to this IMG screen. When you click on that one, it will display IMG screen will be displayed. In this screen only, as a consultants, we are going to work. This is one option through coming by path. There is one more option. I will try to open another session and I will explain you how to come to this particular path. I have shown here earlier, I have shown you what is the transaction code for creation of or define company code. Okay, the transaction code is SPRO, right? Here, the transaction code is SPRO. Okay, first enter SPRO. Enter. See, directly when I enter the transaction code in command field, it is coming SAP reference IMG screen. Reference IMG screen is nothing but implementation guide screen. When you click on this one, system will display IMG screen. So here only we are going to do the actual configuration. First, now we'll try to define the company code. Again, to define the company code, again, two options we have. First, we'll try to understand what is the T code to define the company code. Okay. When we don't know the transaction codes, you just click on additional information, display key, and IMG activity or document. Both this will work. Both will display the transaction codes. Now, first we'll go by path. Okay. Enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, define, edit, copy, delete, check our company code. See, here I have shown you the path. If you follow this path, we will reach to the screen where we are going to create the company code. Or to save time, okay, we know the transaction code where we can create the company code, right? So at that time, directly we can enter transaction code OX02. If you observe here, OX02, transaction code will be displayed. Now I know the transaction code. When I want to simply come to that particular screen directly, I can easily enter from here also. Enter OX02. See, change view company code, directly it is coming. But okay, now we'll click on edit, copy, or delete, or check company code. Okay, here, as soon as I click on that option, there are two options will is displayed here. Okay, one is copy, delete, check company code. So in this step, what we are going to see here is, before we are going to create the company code, first we'll double click on this one and we are going to check whether that company code is already existed in the system or not. Okay. So when we understand there is no company code has been entered, which we have to create, right? At that time, we'll come here and we'll double click on this one. See, someone is locked. Okay. Someone is locked data. So system is someone is logged. So system is System is telling us, do you want to display log data? No. So why? Because we can't create a company code if we are displaying in a display mode. So for that, if someone logged our data or the transaction code which we wanted to use, right? Simply enter. So we'll try to unlock the data. So the transaction code is SM12, enter SM12. So here, this is my user ID only. Cancel this one. This is the client. We have to enter the client. Which will come automatically. So this is the number of works. We'll see. See, these two user IDs are logged to create the company code. Okay. And then we'll just click on delete. Deleting logs are still mildly inconsistent. That action will be okay. Deleted. Now we go there and check whether we can able to. Okay, going inside. See, now it is displayed. Now we'll try to understand. Okay, so here this is a change. Okay, okay, it's change. When we are going to use this option means, for example, I have created one company code and then I wanted to do some changes here. Okay, at that time we are going to click on change and we are going to change the data. The same way, this one is details. If you want to search for particular data details, we are going to click here and we can search data. Okay, for example, see, under this is existing only. I'm just clicking over here, so the data will be displayed. Okay, and then select all. If you want to select multiple or more than something like that, we can select all. And if we want to select, put a block, we can put a block. Deselect. If you want to deselect all those things, we can deselect. This one is address. This one is configuration help. If you want any help to do the customization, it will be useful. So right now we are going to create a company code which is not existed in the system. So it's a position. Okay, here you can see the position. If you click on the position button, okay, system will ask to enter the company code, which we have to check whether it has been uh, existed or not. So I am creating one random company code. Okay, see, let's take this one only. See, X100 company code is not available. I'll show you again. X100 company code is not defined in the system. So we can define the same company code now. Okay, so just go back and double click on this one, new entry. So this new entry is option because whenever we want to create newly, okay, for example, this here we can see company code 1 2 3 6 10 11, everything you can see, right? I don't want to use this company codes. I want to create newly. At that time, we have to click on new entries, right? So new entries. So here you can see company code field. Okay. Since we are entering first time, okay, we have to enter manually. Okay. So X100. So there is no results. That is why we are creating newly. Okay. Company code field is consist of 4 digits. Either we can enter alphabet or also we can enter numeric. Anything can be entered. And here we are going to mention description of the company. Okay? Description of the company. So I'm giving India Private Limited. So I'm giving India Private Limited. Okay. So this is the company code, and my company code is X100, and the company name of that particular company code is India Private Limited. And we have to specify in which city this India Private Limited is located. Okay. We can mention Hyderabad. Well, I'll mention Hyderabad. Let me put capital letters also. India Limited, Hyderabad, and then country or region. So assume my company code is in Hyderabad, then obviously Hyderabad comes under country. In which country? India. So in for India country, what is that no country SAP is providing, that we need to check. For example, click on find button. So whenever we want to search our country, we have to click on find button and enter India. Okay. See, this one is displaying, and double click on this one. System will display you. Just select it. Okay. And then currency. What is the currency in India? IN Indian rupee. Selected. Then what is the language that we use in India? English language. Okay. Now I'm going further. So now I have given this basic information, and also we have to provide the address of this particular company code. Okay. Just click on address button, and here title. In the title, we have to mention whether company or Misters and Mrs. And then first select company and give the description of the company. Okay. What is the name of this company? India Private Limited. Okay. If you have multiple names of that company, we can provide here. Okay. And then such term is which will be used to search the company in SAP. Okay. You enter anything like India. So we'll put in some other way. Okay. X10. If you have one more name, you just mention here. Okay. INDIA. Yeah. And then street or house number. Address, company code address we have to mention. Okay. INDIA. Put some house number like 1043. Then postal code. Postal code should be 6 digits. Okay. 571001. And then city. So city, Hyderabad. HYDRABAD. Hyderabad. Okay. Which country are it? Country. Which country we are in? Same way. If you don't know, just select and click on find button and enter India. Will display. Select this one and put the region. So here I mentioned Hyderabad is a city and the country as India. And what will be the region? So here we can see the list of regions in our India country. Okay. So Hyderabad city, Hyderabad is related to what? Right? Telangana state. It's a different state and it belongs to Telangana. So, so here it is Telangana. We can scroll down completely, or we can check, or otherwise we can simply enter Telangana. So here we have two Telanganas. Anything we can take. First I am taking TG. Okay. Then post box number. I'm just for time being, I'm just copying this one only, here only. So that means this company code address falls under which postal code, that we have to mention here. Okay. And then which communication, this communication is plays very important role actually. So what is the use of communication? Because for example, I have purchased some goods from the vendor, and vendor is provided the invoice, or he has sent the invoice for a payment. So at that time, he is going to update his vendor address, right? That is nothing but communication address. That address will be going to print on the invoice copy, right? So the same way in the particular company code, this particular company code comes under which communication wise also. So here, this company code we can create under so many languages. Since we are in creating this company code in India, so we have choose English. And then telephone number. I'm providing my number only. Just random number. And you want to put extension also, you can put, and mobile number. Okay. And then if you want to give any fax services or something like that, you can mention. Otherwise, keep it blank. And email. I'm just giving my email ID only. And then standard method. So if you want this communication should go to this particular company code via fax or email, post or paste something, a printer, something like that. So since I have entered the mail information, so I'm just selecting the mail copy. And the comments I'm proposing or I'm suggesting, always contact through mail. Okay, this is the required information to create the company code detailedly. Okay, so we have provided all the clear-cut information, and we are going to copy. Okay, now the data has been created. If you want to check, you can check here. Okay, just continuing. Now we will have to save the contract. Okay, we have entered all the details of the company code, and we are going to save this company code. When you see, when you once we save this company code, prompt for customizing request. That means in this session, I have covered how to create transport request. So before creation of transport request, first we'll try to understand how many types of transport requests are available in SAP system. So there are two types of transport request. Customizing PR, and second one is workbench Okay, these are the two types of transport request. Okay. Okay. There are two types of transport requests are available in SAP. One is customizing request, another one is workbench request. Based on the nature of the activity we are going to perform, system will identify and display as the request. Here we have created the company code just now. System is checked that company code related information and it is going to provide a request number. Okay. So now we understand how many types of TRs we have. Now we'll see how to create the transport request. Okay. So by default, SAP will display as the one default request always. Since it is our wish whether if we want to use the same transport request or if we want to use the some other new transport request. Since we are creating or defining the company code newly, so always we have to create new transport request. How? We just click on create request. Okay, just click on create request if you want to create the new transport request. Okay, and then uh, here request will be gray mode because system will provide the transport request number. We have to give the some details of the particular transport request. So short description, just enter F5 underscore DEFIN fine. Okay, define company code X100 India Private Limited. You can put space also here. And in real time, if you want to put some project also, we can put. So since it is a demo system, we can't get any projects here. That's why I'm not entering anything. And then you just click on save button. See, new transport request has been proposed and we can see the description which we have seen. Okay, click on continue. Okay, now I'm going back, closing this. Now I have created one company code, but I wanted to check whether that company code has been created successfully or not. Okay, for that we are going back there, same screen where we have created the company code. And if you, for example, here so many company codes are there. So if I want to find my company code, how I have to search? Okay, for that purpose, position option is there. Just click on this and enter. What is our company code? X100. Just click on this one. System will displays the company code. Okay, see, it has been created and it saved the data also. And when you double click on this or when you click on display option, it will display us, right? So we have seen this, cover this, all this information and everything. How everything is saved. For example, I have to change something. Okay, select this one, click on edit option. Sorry, enter our company code. Select this one, click on this option here. And by default, this one is display mode. If you want to change something, why? See, Okay. If you want to change something, okay, address tab. See, we can change anything and we can save the data. Okay. Okay. That's it for today, guys. That's it for today session. That's it for today's session, friends. So right now we have covered how to define the company code in SAP S/4HANA and what is the importance of company code in S/4HANA. If because we know, right, all the data will be stored under enter and evaluated at company code level only. That's why company code is plays very important role, and because it is a legal entity, right? It's a very important question. Each and everyone should understand what is meant by company code and how we are going to define the company code in SAP S/4HANA. Okay. The same way, how many types of TRs we have that we have discussed, and we are in a position to explain what type of TRs we are having in the system, and how the system is going to generate the TRs, how transport request we can create by our own. Everything I have shown you. This is very, very important topic, friends. And in even in interview also, there is a chance to ask in multiple questions where how we are going to create transport request, what type of transport requests are available, how the company code will be defined, what is meant by company code. Everything will be asked. So right now, I request again each and everyone that please watch this video completely. Don't skip. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand the company code and how to define the company code. So what are all the information we have to give at the time of creation company code. So after enter the company code, how the transport request will generated and how we have to save the transport request, and how many types of transport requests are available in SAP. Everything it's very difficult to explain during the interview. It's very important. Thank you, friends. Please give a thumbs up or like, and give your valuable comment so that I'll try to include some other new topics also. Please try to subscribe my videos for upcoming new videos. Thank you.